Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast dealing with women who have money. Now, of course, many men have been promoting that whole money narrative in the last few weeks. It's like, yeah, if you got your money and you can take care of it and all of that. But here's a reality. Yeah, that works with acculturated prostitutes. Yeah, that works with some woman who may be in some wage job and she's looking for the come up. Yeah, that works with, some bottom feeder women, who's relying on government transfers and, she wants a little bit better. Oh, yeah, if you got some money, hey, they dealing with that. Or even a woman who, she's making a decent thing, but she tired of working. She ain't really trying to do that 9 to 5 thing. Oh yeah, it influenced them. I mean, y'all know what I've been saying to happen anyway. But what happens when a man runs into a woman, she fine, and you try and flash that money, and you try and say, well, I got this nice house. What you be like, yeah, I got this nice apartment here. I got this car. It's running good, and she's like, well, I got this 4-room house. I got this late model European car, she pushing you pushing a Toyota, she pushing a BMW or the Mercedes. She already got her own house. What happens when you run into that woman? Like, your money's totally negated. In fact, you might not be making more money than she is. Then what? Because you got some fine-ass women, remember a couple of days ago I was talking about professionals. You got a lot of professional women. In fact, since I know some people want to limit it just to the black community, you got 6% of, according to blackdemographics.com, 6% of black men over the age of 25 have advanced degrees. But the number of black women who have advanced degrees are 9%. And remember, you're talking like 21.5 million black men. And then you're talking about 23 million black women. So there's already you got more with advanced degrees. And then depending on where you live, they're making some money. You got some women out here. You do have some women making 6 figures. Now, I mean, if you take it overall, black men are making more money, but that's just a few throwing off the curve. So you got a lot of women. And then you can spread that out across races. You got a lot of women. They making their own money. I've known of couples, white couples, where the man might be doing well, but the woman's doing way better. So the question then becomes, okay, that money thing don't impress her as much, especially if she got better material than you do. They don't impress you as much. She driving a better car, got a better house in a better neighborhood. We won't even get into the educational level, attainment level. So how you going to deal with that woman? You still meet her and everything. See, it changes up then. Then that's when your other shit come into play. That's when your other stuff come into play. Like I say, if you got a little bit of money and stuff, yeah, that impresses like some women who ain't doing it like that. They on a wage job, they don't like it, but it's a very limited thing. You get some of these like bougie ass women, these 92 octanes, they looking at you totally different. They looking at, because then the money thing goes out the door. They got their own. And some women will tell you that straight up. It's like they got their own money. Because remember one of the things many of these women were taught coming up. Because I talked to a lot of them, and it was drilled in their head, get their education, get their own money. Why? Because their mothers and grandmothers didn't like being beholden to any man, money-wise. And shoot, that's a big part of feminism. So a woman wouldn't be holding to some man just for money. So they out here, whether dudes like it or not. And they can talk about automation or anything like that, but they ain't going to change up the fact. They ain't gonna change it up. So what's the solution? Because I don't like just talking about shit and saying a solution. Solution is developing all that other stuff. Because they got all that money, but that money won't hold them at night. That money won't bliss them out. or that money won't make key decisions that need to be made or lead them. You know, it won't influence them as much because they like, well, they got their own. Understand something. I talked about this in Nice Guys and Players. You got many women. The way women choose, it tend to be according to what they need. They influenced by what they need. So if they need money, oh yeah, you had that money. That's influencing, even though you really don't want to be in that position, because at that point you just a utility. You shouldn't even want to be in that position, but you want to be that type of person because of, not even just because of how you built or anything, how you look, but because of the type of person that you are, your character, who you are as a man. That she wants to deal with you. She don't want to deal with. It's not about the money. The money's out the equation. She gonna want you to have some because, you know, she don't want to feel like she's carrying you in many cases. Because there are some women, if they got money, they'll carry a guy. But see, that's usually the type of women who do that, honestly. And that, you know, this rare is going to be the very attractive ones who are going to carry a man like that. It's very rare that they're going to rate above maybe 7 and they're going to do that. But you get some of the ones who are very attractive, you know, at least at a 7. And then, you know, they got some money too. Shit, you got to have a bit more. She looking at who you are as a man. That's when the man becomes important. Like, what's he doing? And remember that term, hypergamy. And this is something I discussed too. Women need to look at a man with respect. I don't think I discussed it here. I think I discussed it on my private sites, my Patreon and my other site. But a woman needs to look at a man with respect. So, you know, you hitting her with that. You know, she need to feel like, all right, if you making money, it's above what she doing. And a lot of guys can't really say that. A lot of guys, there's only 12% of the whole population going across races that even make 6 figures. Even make just that baseline of 100,000. So it's like, okay, what you going to bring else to the table? You focus on getting the money, but that's not impressing the type of woman that you should want to be with. You might get lucky. You might get lucky. You might get some woman, you know, she ain't balling out of control, but she can keep a steady job. You might get lucky. But then a lot of times, even them, if they got those, sometimes those women, if they able to afford enough to get their own spot in the car, it don't affect them as much. Because the one thing with women, they don't want to be stuck with any guy. They don't want to feel like they stuck. And they ain't trying to escape, or they ain't trying to escape some bad neighborhood in many cases. But you get the ones who are, and you got to deal with that? Nah. So your character becomes important. Your sex appeal becomes important. You know, everything else that you bring other than money. You know, of course, and like I said, she's still looking at the money because she's looking at the money in the sense of she don't have to carry. But the other stuff becomes very important. And that's one thing many men have to get, because it's too easy just to say, oh, just have a fat wallet. It's too easy. But it's like, well, what's a fat wallet to this woman? If you got this woman and shoot, she's a partner at a law firm. She making like $250,000 a year. You know, a fat wallet, you pretty much gotta be 1% to like get her attention. If that's what she's looking for, if that's all she focusing on, or that's all you bringing to the table. You come in with your, you know, you just got a raise on that job, and now you making $65,000 a year. That ain't doing nothing for her. Maybe for some bottom feeder, but they ain't doing nothing for her. She's just gonna look at you. So, you know, that's why it becomes important. You dealing with them, you deal with those type of women. It's gonna be about your sex appeal, your personality, your masculinity. Those are things her money can't buy. She can't buy a man who turns her on sexually. She can't buy that type of man whose charisma is hitting her a certain way, or his masculinity is hitting her a certain way. She can't buy that with her money. And that's what you got to bring when you're dealing with a woman that has money. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.